Hi there, it's Nicole Spohr and welcome back to my channel. It is time for another exclusive limited edition from Simon Says Stamp. This is the Kitchen Sink Stamps Ray of Sunshine 6x8 stamp set. The Kitchen Sink Stamps exclusive the past couple years has been one of my favorites from STAMPtember, and this is absolutely no exception. This amazing flowers and butterfly set is going to be so beautiful. So I am going to stamp the butterfly first. There are numbers on here. It tells you exactly what order to go in, which is so handy. I stamped the butterfly with PinkFresh Studio Apricot ink, or apricot, however you say that. A nice orange ink color, and then we're stamping the next layer, which is the PinkFresh Studio Lemon Whip ink. I'm using all PinkFresh inks for my images today. So the third step for our first image is the layering for not only the flower but the butterfly, and this is going to be with some Marigold ink. And it just kind of darkens the edges. There's not a whole lot of difference here, I don't think, for the butterfly, but for the flower, you definitely get that great detail. And then we're going to finish the butterfly with some ESPRESSO PinkFresh Studio ink. This is what's going to give our butterfly all of the great detail. And then I will create a mask for this image. I'm actually going to use the image that has the biggest part of the flower with the butterfly. So that I'm going to stamp on masking paper. I'm going to fussy cut it. I did not, I wasn't super precise, I guess I want to say. I just did the best job I could, and then we're going to layer that right there on our image. You can see that I did not cut super close, but you're not even going to be able to tell. And then I'm going to stamp the other flower, the sunflower image from the set that has the beautiful flower center, right there next to my first flower. Again, we are starting with Lemon Whip PinkFresh Studio ink. I stamped it a couple times here just to make sure I had a really good impression. Then we're going to clean it. We're going to grab the next layer. This is going to be stamped with Sweet Mustard ink. We're going to stamp that next layer. Look at the detail. And finally, we're going to clean this, grab our third layer, and finish with Marigold. The detail in this stamp set is just incredible and so beautiful. After I have stamped that, we're going to grab the flower centers. And there are two pieces for this. So this flower has 5 steps. And I'm going to stamp the first layer with gathered twigs and the final layer with ESPRESSO. Look at that. Isn't it so beautiful, you guys? I love this flower. I love this stamp set. The kitchen sink multi-step stamps are amazing. I love them so much. Okay, we're going to create a mask for that flower, because we have another flower to stamp and then we have some leaves. I'm going to actually reuse the mask I'm creating for this flower so that I don't have to create 2 of these. You guys know if I can eliminate fussy cutting and masking, I will whenever possible. This isn't going to be like the Mama Elephant card. That was a definitely masking heavy type of design, which some cards just call for it, but when I can get away with it, I try not to over mask. So we have masked our second card, and actually I tried to get away with trimming off the rest of this, but let's just go ahead and snip that off really quick, because I want to stamp the third flower kind of up here above. What I'm looking to do is kind of creating like this group or bouquet kind of look of 3 flowers with that beautiful butterfly in the center. Now I'm going to tell you guys a hint, or a tip, I guess I should say, if you don't want to mask. I did not even think about it, even though I know this technique and I have done it in the past. I did not think about it until I got to the end of my card. If you want to and you don't want to create a mask, do all of the layering for one image. When it's dry, take the biggest image with the biggest surface area, stamp it over the top, the more solid. So for the big flower with the butterfly, you'd have to use both the flower and the solid butterfly images. I'm so sorry, my head's in the way, you guys. And for that, stamp with clear embossing ink and then heat emboss with clear embossing powder. That's going to seal in the color underneath and also create a mask. Then you can move on to your next flower, stamp all of the steps. I cannot talk. Take the solid biggest image, that first layer, stamp it over the top, heat emboss, and that's going to seal in the color. And you can just keep repeating that and you're going to seal in all of those colors, and I think you can eliminate your masking that way. I did not do that, but I am going to show you how I went back and added that to a few elements on the card to make them shiny. So we've got our 3 flowers. Now I'm going to stamp the leaves. I'm also going to need 1 mask for this. We are going to stamp our leaf here. I went ahead and did my mask. We're going to stamp the next 2 steps. And for our green colors, I actually used a really fun combination. Something I love a lot is taking teal and pairing it with green, because I think you get a deeper, darker, a little bit more definition. So our first layer is Fresh Pear PinkFresh ink. Then we're going to do Grassy KNOLL. That's actually the second step. That's what we're going to do right now. And then we're going to finish our third and final leaf stamp, the one with all of the veining for the leaves, with Tidal Pond. And Tidal Pond is definitely a teal color and not green, but I think you're going to love how this looks over the top of our leaves. So we'll simply stamp that leaf image there. And it looks beautiful, and it looks even better once this dries. So now we're going to put a mask there because we're going to do 2 leaves kind of down here, and then we're going to tuck another one in the upper right corner. I really wanted to make sure this was a full-ish image, so a lot of masking. Now I believe that there is a die that you can buy, the stamp die combo, which would make this even easier to create and would kind of eliminate the need for masking. So definitely keep that in mind, and I will add a link to that down below. This is an exclusive limited edition for STAMPtember 2021, meaning when this is gone, it is gone. So definitely grab it now. I highly encourage you guys to check out kitchen sink stamps. I love them. I love the multi-step stamping. I actually have just ordered a whole bunch more of these because I'm addicted to them. I love them. And I'm working on a video that'll probably be up in October. September is pretty full, you guys, so I'm thinking ahead, but I definitely will share that if you guys are interested. So I moved my flower mask, and I'm just reusing it up here, and going to stamp a little bit more of that third and final leaf. So we've got 3 leaves and 3 flowers. 2 of the flowers that you can see the center of the sunflower, and then 1 that has that beautiful butterfly, which I know it's hard to see. So as soon as I get the final step for my leaf and get that removed, you're going to see how beautiful this image is. A little tip for you. I know it's a little, once I remove this, we'll see it a little better. It doesn't look that interesting yet. When I'm doing a 1-layer card, my very favorite thing to do is find ways to add texture, interest, and layers. So for this, I first started by just deepening and darkening the center of my butterfly with an orange marker. I think this is a yellow-red marker. And I'm just going to add a little color to a few areas on my butterfly. This is instantly going to make the butterfly pop a little bit more. So we're just going to kind of go around. I'm just feathering out. This is not Copic coloring per se. It's adding just some color to a couple of little areas on the butterfly because I want that butterfly to be nice and prominent. Next, we're going to do my favorite technique. You guys have probably already guessed this. Text over an image. I love stamping text backgrounds over beautiful stamped images like this. It is more of a background element than a prominent feature. It instantly adds interest though. You can see little bits of text here and there all over the background. Now I did start with an A2 sized panel. This is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. We are going to leave it A2 for now. We're going to take the Simon Says Stamp Friendship text background and we are going to place it in our MISTI. We're going to take some white pigment ink and I inked up the whole panel and then I did take a rag and I wiped a little bit away to just lessen what is the text that's going to go over the top of my image. And I'm going to press that down and then I'm going to open it up and see where I may have missed. So see there's some areas that there's no text on the solid cardstock. So I added more ink. It can overlap the images, absolutely. I like that little bit of text. I just wanted it to be a little more imperfect. After I get it the way I want, I'm going to go ahead and take that out of my MISTI. We're going to clean our stamp really quick. And then we're going to figure out where we want to put our sentiment. You have options for sentiments in this beautiful Ray of Sunshine set. I'm going to use Sending You Sunshine, but there is Ray of the phrase, so you could do a Ray of Sunshine. There is the word kisses. There's Thinking of You, your, like you are, and then there's the individual letter A. There's the word with. So you can kind of build different sentiments, I guess I'm saying. I am stamping Sending You with espresso ink, overlapping the image a little bit. I like to cozy things up. Look how pretty this is looking, you guys. I can't say it enough. I love kitchen sink stamps. I think they're amazing. I absolutely adore them. And this is an amazing set. So definitely pick it up right away if you want to. I know last year I did the like Halloween pumpkin cards for Simon, and if I recall, they were gone by morning. So at the midnight release, I think it was gone in the morning. It was very, very popular, and I think this one will be too. I stamped the word sunshine with marigold ink first. I am going to take a little apricot ink and just put it along the bottom for a little bit darker definition and stamp it again. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Next, we are going to take the Lawn Fawn rectangles. This is the Just Stitching double rectangle. I absolutely love this stamp, or die, pardon me, because it adds a double row of stitching. So I trimmed down my background to 4 by 5 1/4 inches first. Then I took a double stitching rectangle, the second largest, placed it over that and ran it through my die cutting machine. It doesn't actually die cut anything. It just makes those stitching lines all the way around, which I love. Nice little definition, little text in the background, and of course, we're going to finish with some little hearts because you guys know that I'm addicted to little heart accents. These are the coffee bean hearts from Trinity Stamps. These are fun. So I started with one. I knew I wanted to add 2 more, but it dawned on me that I felt like my butterfly was a little dull. So before I go any further, I'm going to grab that solid butterfly image that I was talking about when I was telling you how you could get away with not masking, when you could do more of the emboss resist thing. But we're going to take the solid butterfly. We are going to stamp the butterfly right on top of what we stamped previously using clear embossing ink. I'm going to stamp that a couple times. And then we are going to heat emboss with the clear embossing ink. That is instantly going to make our butterfly shiny and make it stand out. So when you sprinkle the clear embossing powder on, it's going to kind of dull it. You can see it there. Almost looks like white embossing powder, not quite, but close. But then I'm wiping away any stray embossing powder flakes before I heat emboss. But when you start heating, you're going to see it turn shiny and clear. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at the butterfly pop now. Isn't that amazing? So I love that so much that I felt like my flower centers, the sunflower centers, needed that too. Don't you guys think? I think they need to be shiny as well. So I'm going to take the more solid image. I believe that that is, I'll tell you exactly which one that is. It is step 4A. And we are going to place that right in the center. And then we're going to heat emboss that with clear embossing ink too. We're going to do that for both of the flower centers. And that is going to make those shiny. And that little step right there to me just changed the whole card. So you can really see the difference between the flower centers. You can see how the one on the left is a little dull. That one up on the top is nice and shiny. The butterfly is shiny. It makes them stand out so much more. Add all of that embossing powder, all of that good stuff. Just going to heat emboss. Beautiful. And then we're going to pop this on a white top fold card base. We will add our remaining 2 little coffee bean hearts kind of in the upper left corner. And our design is all finished. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video featuring the Simon Says Stamp and Kitchen Sink Stamps STAMPtember 2021 exclusive limited edition called Ray of Sunshine. The supplies I used to create my card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another video featuring STAMPtember products that you might be interested in. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to never miss a new card making video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.